Welcome back guys. Today we are going to discuss about looping graph. In this graph we'll have two nodes. One will be a welcome node and another will be a random number node. Basically welcome node will generate or print welcome message. Like if you pass your name, it will say hello Ali or hello Bilal or hello Myro. So whatever the name you will pass. After that it will come to this random number node. This random number node will generate a random number. And we will have a counter variable that will count that how many times it generate a random number. If the limit is 5, it will generate the random number 5 times. So for example, from welcome node it come to this random number node. First of all, it will generate the random number, and then it will check if the counter is less than 5. It is less than 5, then it again come to this random number node and generate another random number. So if counter is greater than 5, it will end the graph or loop. Let's build our graph. Let me first of all copy these lines and paste here. We need random. Let me just run it. Now we have to create the class agent state. It is basically the structure of our agent. It will have name. Its type will be string maybe. And numbers. In numbers we will store the numbers of random number of list. It will be type of list integer. And we will have counter that will count that how many times we have generated a random number, and maybe result. The result will store the greeting message. Let me just run it. Now we have to create this welcome node. I'm saying define welcome node, will pass the state that will be a agent state, and it also will return the agent state. Okay, perfect. It will just say welcome and state name maybe, and we will store this string in state result. And after storing the result, we will return the updated state. Okay, we have created our first node, that is welcome node. Now we have to create this random number node. To create this node, we'll say random node, will pass the state as usual, and it will return the updated state. You know that. Now this random number basically generate a random number. I'm saying random dot rand integer. From 0 to 10, it will generate a random number between 0 and 10, and we will append this random number in state numbers, this list. I'm saying state numbers dot append. After appending, it will return the state, and we will also increment the state counter. I'm saying state counter plus is equal to 1. So after generating a random number, it will increment the counter by 1. And first time when it will come to this welcome node, we will initialize our random counter with 0. Okay, perfect. Let me just run these cells again. Okay, we have created our two nodes. Now we have to write the function that will decide either we have to go to end or we have to call this random node again. So I'm saying define should continue state agent state. It will basically return a string. I'm saying if state counter is greater than less than 5, then it will return loop, mean go to the loop, else it will return exit. This should continue function return string, either it will return loop or exit, nothing else. If counter is less than 5, it will return loop, otherwise it will return just exit. Okay, let me just run it. Now we have to build our graph. I'm saying graph is equal to state graph, will pass the agent state After that we will have to add these two nodes. I'm saying graph dot add node, and its name may be welcome, and it will call this welcome node function. Its name is welcome, and this will call this welcome node, this function. After that I'm saying graph dot add node, will add a random node, its name is random, and it will call this random node, this function. Okay, perfect. Now there are different ways to add the starting point. One way is simply graph dot set entry point. Our entry point is welcome node. But there is another way. Here from LangGraph.graph I will simply import start and end, and I'm saying graph.add edge. Here we will add the edge from start to welcome node. It will basically add this edge, this arrow from start to welcome node. After that I'm saying graph.add edge from welcome to this random node. Until now we have created this edge and this edge. Now we have to create this conditional edge. Either we have to go to end or we have to loop through. So I'm saying graph dot add conditional edges from random. From random just call should continue function. Should continue return either loop or it will return exit. I'm saying if it return loop, you have to go to random node again, but if it return exit, you have to end the loop. That's it. And we have to say agent is equal to graph.compile. It will compile the graph. I import start and end. In this way you can add the starting and ending point. Let me just run these cells again. Yes, it's perfectly running fine. To visualize the graph I will simply copy these lines. Let's visualize our graph. Okay, it shows very beautiful graph. It has two nodes, one is welcome node and another is random node. So from random it is basically a conditional edge. Either it will go to this end node or it will loop or run this random node again. Let's run our agent. I'm saying agent dot invoke. In name I will pass Ali. In numbers I will pass empty list. In empty list basically it store the random number, and let's store this result in final state variable. And let's print the final state. Yes, it is saying name is Ali, numbers are 10059, counter is 5, result is welcome Ali. So let me just tell you what just happened. It come to this welcome node, it initialize counter with 0, and in result it will store this string and return the state. Now counter is 0 and result value is welcome Ali or welcome Bilal or welcome Myro. After that it will come to this random node. It will generate a random number between 0 to 10 and append that number in state numbers, and it increment the counter by 1 and return the state. Now counter value is 1 and there is one random number in state numbers. After that it will call this should continue function. This should continue check if state counter is less than 5. So yes, it is less than 5, so it will return this string, it will return loop. So here we are saying if it return loop, you have to go to this random node again. So it will, from this function it will come to this node again. So this time there is already a random number in state number, it will generate another random number and append that number in state numbers and increment the counter by 1. This time counter is 2 and return the state, and so on. It will continue this loop. This looping graph is helpful when we are working with LLMs. To our LLMs, we for example say, hey, can you please do Google search? So LLM calls some tools, and with the help of tool it fetch the data from Google. After fetching the data, it will come back to this LLM again, and LLM generate the response from that Google search result. After that, it will return or end the graph. In upcoming videos, we will work with LLMs, and we actually build that agent, maybe Google search and other different agents. So don't worry, then looping will be helpful. So for now, yes, that's it, and have a great day guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you guys in next video.